You have reached the third part of the training, and that is CV examples. Very good. So let's start. Starting with fresh graduate CV. In this CV, you highlight your qualifications first. If you've been in full-time education most of your life, your qualifications will probably be your main achievement. For obvious reasons, graduates tend not to have a lot of work experience. That's the bad news. The good news is that employers know and understand this. What employers want to see in a graduate is future potential, ambition, a fresh mind, and performance. Employers are often more interested in a graduate's potential rather than their limited work experience. Successful candidates tend to be those who show motivation and enthusiasm, have transferable skills, and are able to communicate effectively. In order to practice, you need to make one graduate CV, similar to the one accompanied in this video, which you can download. The second type of a CV is called a performance CV. It is the most popular type of CV. It highlights job titles and company names, starting with your most recent job and working backward. However, you begin with an achievement section, which highlights impressive achievements that can make you stand out from other candidates. Under each job title, you list your responsibilities in the role. The pros of this type of CV is that you might like to use it when you want to highlight your career progression, or maybe your present or last employer is well known by the company you're applying to. Or if you want to stay in the same line of work. For the cons of this style of CV, it might not be suitable for you when you've got gaps in your work history. Or if you want to change your type of job, and all the relevant experience you are trying to emphasize was some time ago, then it might not stand out. And finally, you don't want to use it if you've worked in lots of different jobs, and you want your CV to look more focused. Moving to the practice part, you need to make one performance CV, similar to the one accompanied in this video, which you can download. The third type of CV is the functional CV. It is a skills-based CV format that can be useful if you're looking for a career change. This is because recruiters focus on your transferable skills and experience rather than job titles, companies, and how long ago you got the experience. In a functional CV, you promote your skills and achievements in 3 to 6 functional headings. The pros you might consider using a functional CV is when you want to change to a broad new area of work and show your relevant transferable skills and experience, or you've got gaps in your employment history, or you've had a lot of jobs, where you want to describe the experience you've got as a whole. Finally, you can use it if you want to highlight skills you've gained in previous jobs, but that you don't use in your current or most recent job. The cons or drawbacks of a functional CV can include: it's one of the more unusual formats, some employers might not be familiar with it, and if you've worked for well-known employers or you've had a lot of promotions, they will be on the second page, so not as noticeable as they should be. It also causes alarm bells ringing for employers, where some may feel a skills-based CV format is an attempt to hide something, such as gaps in your work history. Now, we will talk about covering letters. A good cover letter explains why you over all the other candidates are worth taking the time to find out more about. This is ideal for graduates who have yet to gain any significant work experience. There are 2 types of covering letters: speculative or accompanying letter, and letter of application. A speculative or accompanying letter should be one side of A4 and 3 short paragraphs. It starts with an opening paragraph to indicate why you are writing. Then, a body paragraph to show the knowledge of the employer and highlight your skills in generally different domains. And last, the closing paragraph, where you refer to your CV and availability. The letter of application is used when asked to apply in writing or sending a CV with a cover letter. It is one side of A4 that starts with an opening paragraph. In this section, you show your motivation for the job and how you come to know about the position. Then, it is followed by a background about your skills and experience. These are the ones which were developed through your study, work experience, and paid work. Just make sure your narrative matches up with the job description. The last section is referring to your CV and availability. In this part, you need to make a cover letter, similar to the one accompanied in this video, which you can download. The last section we'll talk about is networking. In your pursuit for a new job or a job change, you need to use your contacts from your work, experience, and/or friends. Also, use social networking sites, such as LinkedIn, and upload a portfolio of your work onto it. Not to forget to attend events, keep business cards, attend job fairs, and keep in contact with different employers.